welcome back to another episode of DM Montreal Beer Review. As promised, I'm slowly adjusting myself into my regular reviewing mode. Today I'm here to talk about Schwarzbier, a little bit about black lagers, essentially, as they're often called. Black lagers dwell from Germany, as many other styles of, many lager styles of beer. This particular style is originating from the Saxony region which is like to the north of most Germany, northern part essentially, in Braunschweig, where they started to brew this beer I'm going to review today for you. It's Kostritzer. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce this, but Kostritzer is usually what I call it. This is the original black lager, essentially. All the black lagers you might find in the market today, especially in North America, are modeled after this one. I even myself reviewed some local Three Musketeers, I think, black lager, which was a pretty good rendition of this beer. Nevertheless, Kostritzer Schwarzbier is brewed ever since 1543, even though now the brand is not autonomous. It's actually owned by Bitburger, a pretty big company in Germany. The way they brew Schwarzbier usually is they use really dark malts, they roast malts, and produces a really interesting combination of roastiness and kind of darker fruit, maybe aromas and tastes, as well as a nice caramel background, and it does remind me of coffee usually. Most drinks, I think that's quite common to get that, draw a parallel. But anyways, let's review this beer, and I'll talk a bit more about it during the process. Alright, so what we have here is a can, half litre, 500 mils. You can find this in bottles as well. The first time I tried it, I think it was 2 years ago, I tried it in a small bottle, and actually on the bottle there was this little paragraph describing the background, the historic background of the beer, namely the famous German poet Goethe was a huge fan apparently at the time. It's 4.8% ABV, which is standard for this style actually. If the black lager is above 5 ABV, it's probably something's wrong with it, people say, and read on the net. For the glass, I'm going to use this little Pilsner glass, I guess. It's not going to fit entirely in there, but let's open it up. It's my second time trying it from a can, I think. But you know what, my take on it, if you're at home and you have glassware, it doesn't really matter. Some people don't like drinking from a can for obvious reasons of taste, get that metallic taste in your mouth, but shouldn't be the case here. Now, it's a bit dark around me, but from what I remember, it's a very, very dark brown colour with a little ruby glow in the sides. You get a brown, rich brown head, well, depending on the pour, I guess, but it's not too carbonated, but it's pretty typical for a lager, I suppose. That's just the way it's built. A very rich, roasty aroma overall. Loads of coffee, dark chocolate, and a bit bitter chocolate. What else? Dark fruit. Loads of malts, pretty much. Pretty weak on the hop side, but you can still, kind of smell the floral, aromatic things as well. Without further ado, let's give it a try. I've tried it before, it's been a while, so I want to see it, and I haven't reviewed it, so I figured might as well. Cheers. For the first second, you get that roasty coffee, mocha kind of kick to it. It's quite bitter too. And having said it's bitter, it's fairly sweet too. So it's a load of things going on. It's not just the roastiness, and it's not like a stout. I guess it's not, the mouth feels a bit lighter and you get in a stout, even though, you know, it's funny that ABV wise stouts are usually weaker. But you know, if you compare the flavors, you can definitely find loads of similarities, but it's a very tasty beer overall. That was my initial impression 2 years ago. Having said that, you know, black lagers are not too popular, but some brewers, especially North America, have said try to come as close as they can to this original style, and I think they do a fairly good job in it. But you know, if you can find original, by all means, you should try that first and compare all the additions to it. I really enjoy beers like that. You get roastiness, you get some sweetness, you get some bitterness, and it kind of lingers on that coffee, roasted beans, maybe coffee, chocolate, very nice. So I'll come back to you in a moment, but this is a world-class beer essentially, and each time I drink it, you know, I'm not disappointed. Actually, once I tried from a can, that wasn't too great, but nevertheless, I could still, you know, taste the same beer. So, you know, once again, always try to drink it from a glass. Alright, so what can I say? As far as black Schwarzbiers and black lagers go, you can't really find anything better than this, because it's original, and that's the, you know, the authentic taste you find. Anything that sounds better than this and tastes better than this is probably just the wrong example of the style. It might be a good beer, but just not a Schwarzbier, you know what I mean? Definitely try Kostritzer if you haven't, and if you like malty beers like that. The way I see it is that it's a very balanced beer, even though you get loads of malts, loads of roasty coffee kind of notes, you still get some floral hops at the end in the finish. And it's very easy drinking because it's not too carbonated, even for a lager. I mean, a stout is certainly less carbonated than this, but this in turn is, you know, not as carbonated as many macro lagers would get. It's fairly light-bodied though. That's I have to note that as well. Very enjoyable beer, very tasty, could be a good session beer. But I guess the best way to enjoy this is in moderation. Have maybe a few of these, but you know, don't cross the line too much. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's a very good beer. I could have even given it a 10 out of 10 because it's a perfect example of style, but you know, I guess it's just not the perfect beer for me, even though it's one of my favourite styles. But I still prefer ales to lagers. But you know, you never know. Some people might find this the best beer in the world, for all I care. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Kostritzer Schwarzbier, original black lager from Germany. And that's all I have to say for it. And check it out for yourself if you haven't, or leave a comment if you have, and tell me what you think about this beer. Cheers, see you next time. I'll come up with more beers in the near future. Bye.